Hey, Mr. Riati, how are ya?
Not too bad. Surviving, trying to keep sanity. How are you?
Same. It's been a real pleasure having this time with my three kids at home. It's a good time. That actually kind of leads into my first question that I have for you. So, are you ready? Can I take it
I am.
away?
Absolutely.
Okay. Question number one is, how do you handle stress?
How do I handle stress?
Yeah.
I think the first thing is I stay pretty active. If I wasn't getting physical activity, either sports or in the gym, I would lose my mind more often. Uh, that's kind of the stress reliever. So if I didn't have that outlet, it would be a lot of trouble.
So, what are you doing
So
right now?
I just got done walking my parents' dog, Maya. Hold on a second, I'll see if I
But
can.
like for workouts, the gym's closed.
Oh, for workouts.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit in the basement. There's Maya.
Hmm.
In the basement, I've got like almost an Olympic bar, and so I just started trying Olympic lifts that I haven't done before. So super light because I don't have a lot of weight, and might as well work on technique and range of motion. So that's kind of the stuff I've been working on.
Do you know I went to STA?
I did know that. Yeah, I did know
Yeah.
that. And Coos Day, there's a bunch of STA grads at our school.
Yeah.
So
Miss Thompson did.
Thompson.
there we
Yeah.
go.
Mr. Barnes.
I found out, but after he said leg in his interview, I figured out that he was a STA guy. I didn't know that.
Yes. Yes. Oh, good old Mr. Leg. Yep. Okay. You got a question for me?
I do. What is your best holiday destination or your best holiday of memory?
Oh, I would say Greece. My husband and I, we really like to travel, and most of the time we leave the kids at home, which is a great plus. So we did a Mediterranean cruise, and it was a 2-week long cruise, and we got to stop in several different Greek islands along the way, and they're just beautiful. The food is amazing. Just intricate recipes that you wouldn't think would appeal actually taste so delicious.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Friends brought me to Florida, and we did like the classic Disney, MGM, the whole Florida thing. And in kind of a almost stereotypical Italian fashion, I had my aunt and uncle and my grandparents down in Florida at the same time. And they were, they're quite a bit older than my parents. So about 3/4 of the way through my visit, and like I'm enjoying it. We're in a condo, walking distance to the beach, and we've got obviously all the parks. And instead, I had to stop all of that and go visit my family, who I see all the time in St. Thomas, where I'm from. I see them all the time as a kid, and I had to go visit them while I was on vacation in Florida. And they're in some sketchy area. So I'm there, and there's older Italian males that are just playing cards, which is standard for them. And there's a robbery of a bank down the street. And so I have to duck under the windows, and I spend half a day away from the windows.
I almost drowned in Mexico. The summer going into grade 8, my parents took us to a resort, and there was a crazy huge undertow, and my parents didn't realize it. No, none of us realized it. There's tons of people like on the beach. It was like not a problem until it was a problem. And I got sucked in, and I remember like hitting the bottom, like the sand on the bottom, and trying to push myself back up, and another like wave would just pull and like come crash and pull me back on top. My dad says like he could see my arms, and he thought I was waving to him. So he was like on the shore waving back to me, and I'm like literally,
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Partially drowned.
sitting there. Yeah, so a lifeguard actually noticed what was happening and came out and saved me, but I was so mad at my dad after that. What sort of morning routine do you have to get yourself jazzed for class?
It's a protein shake because I don't have time for breakfast. There was a meme. It was like, if you had the choice between 15 more minutes of sleep or putting your life in jeopardy or your career in jeopardy, which would you choose? It's one of those things where I love to sleep in, and I'll push it to the very edge where I can just get a protein shake in and then I get to school. I don't ever make breakfast, so I'm usually unless I work out in the morning. That's the only time I can get myself out of bed.
I find that what makes me jazzed to school is getting to school. Like, I have so much energy when I walk in the building. Like, I'm just happy to be there. That is what, but until I get there, I don't feel like I'm all time jazzed.
Anything you wish you could teach, but you can't? There's a subject or...
I have 7 teachables. Like 7, yeah. Plus my primary junior, but I did that for 4 years and never ever want to do that again. High school is definitely where I love to be. But I don't think so. Like, family studies is definitely my passion. That's where that's my subject area that I really adore. And I feel like of the things that I don't have teachables for, it's like art, but I cannot draw, and it's music, and I can't play any instrument, and you don't want to hear me sing, and it's math and science, and I knew, like, no.
No math, no science, no?
No. So, like, everything else I have my teachables for, and I would be okay to do it, but family studies is definitely, like, I'm in the right spot.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's good when you're I've been in the minors too. I did 7 and 8 a couple times. And it's a big deal when you get called up.
What current student trends are baffling you right now? So some examples is like clothing, sports, TikToks, that kind of stuff.
Let's see. Current trends in students that's baffling me. You know, if you want to do something social on the side, outside of school time, and you decide to rent a house and invite people to your house in the age of the internet, how you think that could ever go well? That trend, that idea just baffles me. Like, who do you think you are that you're going to be able to control that message? Or even if it isn't about a party, what happened in Medway? Any kind of message on the internet is not stuck to the internet and is not private. There's hockey players that just had a private discussion that got hacked and they got released, and there's guys losing their NHL careers because of it.
I think for me, I would say as long as you're not TikToking in my class, I think it's actually a good thing, because I think when the kids are trying to learn the dances, like, they're at least being active. But the one negative one that baffles me is vaping. I don't understand. I get that it tastes, they've got a fruity, fun taste. There might be a certain, look, like the smoke might look cool, but you are putting harmful chemicals into your lungs. Like, that actually throws me for a loop. Or that people think that they, could do it on school property and think that, it's not a big deal. It's fine.
Ever been close to or failed a course? If so, what was that course? Or when was that course?
I actually did very well during high school, extremely well. I was also extremely overweight, though. And so for some reason, you only had to take, one phys ed course. I did it in grade 9, and then I took it again in grade 10, and I don't know why I did, because at that time I was really overweight and didn't really want to actually move. But in those days, you had tests for the rules of volleyball. So you got marks if you could remember how to play volleyball or how to play hockey or what this basketball term meant. And I was a good studier. So right. My mark wasn't all that well, or my mark was okay, but my performance in that course was not great. My lowest university mark was actually in English. I left grade 13 English with a 92, I was thinking okay, I've got English, pretty good. I can handle a university course, and that did not go well. I got a 66 in the university course. If we were creating a staff dodgeball team, who would be the last to get picked? Dej, Barnes, or Coos?
If we were doing dodgeball, who would be the last one picked?
Yeah.
And those three. Who would I
Yeah.
pick last, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Barnes, Coos, or Dej. Dej would have the energy, for sure. So he'd bring it. I don't have any doubt of that. It'd be Barnes versus Coos, and I guess, what is Barnesy wearing? Does he have full flexibility? Because Coos is always dressed for phys ed.
Yeah.
So maybe we'd go that direction just based on clothing.
Okay.
If you have both lunches, how do you determine which group to eat with?
Oh, that's such a good one. Okay, so folks, here's what really happens. And, you know, all these teachers know it's true. I'm going to give you the truth because that's the Jarvis way.
All right.
What happens is you go to the staff lounge on the first day for the first lunch, and you take a survey of who is in the staff room. And then you go back again for the second lunch, and you take a survey of who's there. And then you just see, like, who is there that, you know, you talk to more, who is there that always has fun and interesting stories to tell.
And a lot of people just say, which one's Bannister on, and then they'll go to that one. In fairness, that is a decision that a lot of people make. If you're asking me to make that decision, it's pretty simple. I already told you that I only have a protein shake in the morning. So I'm starving. So I'm first lunch. I might eat in my room and work, and then come down for second lunch if I want to socialize with somebody. But I can't wait for second lunch if I don't have to. So Canadian or Hawaiian?
Oh, Canadian for sure. Pineapple on pizza is disgusting. My husband likes it, and I cannot do it. I do not understand. Lose your sense of smell or your sense of taste?
Smell first.
Same.
Yeah, for sure smell. I'd want to keep my taste.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the interview, Mr. Riati. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.
No problem. Good to see you guys, and we have to do this stuff kind of more often as a staff. I think we missing that connection.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, you guys.